And of course, welcome to our show.
Good morning, Nigeria. Here you're with us this morning for an informed critical reasoning underpinning our analysis. My name is Biodu Shomi.
Absolutely.
All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Why have I been left alone with these gentlemen? I must be treated nicely. But anyway, I think I'm like a man myself, so
exactly.
we're good.
You've got the spirit of a lion.
In any case, you have two of us.
Yes, so
that's good news.
So I'm sorted. But anyway, good morning to you all. Ibrahim, how are you doing? How was
very well, very good.
I love to ask these questions. Just when we begin. Mr. Show me, you slept well?
Well, I try to.
You try to. Okay. All right. A very good morning to you, Nigeria. Let me just give you a rundown. You know how we do it. At some point, Ibrahim will bring us the newspaper review where we get to talk about everything that has made it to the newspaper. We get to dissect it right here on the show. Later on, we'll be talking to Maridoti. We will speak on electoral reforms. We all know what happened. We all saw the protest that happened yesterday. We put that on focus and we'll be speaking about it on the show. When we take you all the way to Abuja, it's still the same conversation. We're talking about the electoral amendment bill. Abuja is going to be giving us more insight on that as well. Later on, the very beautiful Olamide will bring us everything happening in the world of social media more. So it's definitely a very packed show. I implore you to please grab that cup of coffee and let's have a very fantastic one. Well, we'll start with the story where NAFDAC has uncovered what is described as one of the largest fake drug warehouse ever discovered in Nigeria. Now, millions of doses of dangerous, banned and counterfeit medicines capable of killing millions were found inside a warehouse at the Lagos Trade Fair complex. Now, the director of NAFDAC Lagos State Command says the operation has saved the country from a major public health disaster. Senior reporter Ayomi Abaje reports on this.
Based on intelligence received on the 3rd of February, operatives of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control NAFDAC stormed the facility, uncovering millions of doses of fake and banned medicines. In total, more than 10 million doses of fake drugs and cosmetics were recovered from the warehouse.
We have injections from different companies. We have sachet products, we have blisters, all of them very, very important medicines. We have some banned products that have been banned for over 15 years. Quite frightening at the kind of quantity we met is enough to send more than 3 million Nigerians to their grave. For just the Auntie Maria, the number of doses we have been able to remove that we didn't allow to go into circulation, for all of them, I just mentioned 3 million for anti-malarials alone. The total number of doses we recovered from this place is far over 10 million doses.
NAFDAC says the operation exposed a well-organized drug cartel with a wide distribution network across the country. 4 suspects were arrested at the scene, while a manhunt is now underway for the mastermind behind the illegal operation.
Total value of the products that we have seized is over 3 billion, and we evacuated 8 trailers of these medicines. This trade has become a major cartel that we will dismantle.
At the NAFDAC premises in Lagos, the sheer scale of the operation was laid bare. Tables and floors were lined with cartons of fake injections, anti-malaria drugs, syrups and cosmetics. For NAFDAC, it is a warning of how close Nigeria came to a public health catastrophe.
Behind me are the syringes, the drugs, the medicine, the fake injections, all cloned to look like the original. That even the manufacturers were wowed. Some of them could not even tell the difference between their own original and the fake here. Ayomide Ajegbe, TVC News, Lagos.
All right, thank you so much, Ayomide Ajegbe. Thank you really very much for this that you brought out to us. This is a very important conversation, Mr. Shomi, because oftentimes I was speaking about it and I say, how many Nigerians, we have so many Nigerians that are suffering from malaria. Now imagine trying to treat yourself for malaria and then you're causing yourself more harm. Although there were other, fake drugs that were seen there, but I'm even just focusing on malaria because that's something that, when you're sick, the doctor will tell you get a malaria drug and quickly you're just going to the pharmacy to get it over the counter. And this is not the first time we've seen NAFDAC, have this big, showdown where they get warehouses that have been producing, fake drugs. Something like that happened in Abuja in 2018 where NAFDAC got a warehouse that, the amount of fake drugs that they saw was very alarming. And then we ask ourselves the question, who are the people producing these fake drugs? Do we understand the amount of harm it does to the people buying without knowing? This is just innocent citizens that will go to buy medicine to take care of themselves, but at the end of the day, they're killing themselves.
Look, you can't put it better. It's quite shocking when you look at what some of our fellow citizens are doing, not only in our country, but across West Africa. Forget about other continents. I mean, many of these things, you won't believe it, many of the West African countries actually depends on imports from Nigeria.
That's right.
Including these drugs. And because it's a lot cheaper for them to get them by the road, get them delivered to their own countries. And eventually, the people there too will consume it. It's not only Nigerians. Now, that poses a big challenge, not only to Nigeria, but to the entire West African sub-region. In the case of, in this very particular case, I think we need to see an end to this. We need to ensure that these people are processed through the criminal justice system, and if found culpable and guilty, should spend the rest of their lives in jail. How many people must have been killed through using, all these fake drugs? Meanwhile, they will sell them at the, at the price of the original drug.
That's right.
It's all well disguised, counterfeited, and you won't suspect. So I don't think we should tolerate this. Well done to NAFDAC. We should thank NAFDAC. They should, the result for hard work is more hard work. So they should do a little bit more to save Nigerians.
Ibrahim, they need to do more. NAFDAC is doing a great job, I wouldn't lie, but I think that more needs to be done, because just to imagine that human beings were wicked to our fellow human beings. You're taking drugs, you're not getting well, then you start saying spiritual attack, not knowing that, you're even taking drugs that are making you get worse. Ibrahim, I'll just give you a quick rundown. So in mid-February 2025, there was a Lagos Onitsha warehouse, discovery where they saw a lot of fake drugs. July 2025, there was the Aba Large fake expired drug factory where NAFDAC also intercepted. We can go on and on. Even in Ibadan, Oyo State, in 2025, NAFDAC as well, interceded when it got to a drug, a house which was filled up with so many drugs that were harmful, to citizens that were buying, thinking that they will be well. What is the way forward? Because if this was the first time this is happening, then we can say that, we're just seeing it for the first time. But it's not news to us. It has been happening over and over again. How do we now finally make sure that we're stopping this and we're not reporting news like this?
Yeah, you see, Nigeria is actually under attack, and as I said, the broader West African region is under attack. Even beyond West African region, you see some other African nations also under attack from these criminals who counterfeit everything from electronics to machinery to even looking at how they can clone human beings. Because you can imagine, this is a product worth 3 billion naira. And is it 3 billion naira or 8 billion naira or something? And then more than, let's say, about 3 million Nigerians are at risk, health risk. When you have a country where over the years production had been, degraded, the economic woes and everything, and people are looking for ways to boycott or to do whatever it is that they want to do in order to destroy the lives of common man. As you said, although I'm not sure whether you go to hospital and then the doctor would recommend that you go buy malaria drug. I guess virtually all hospitals, have malaria drugs.
Sometimes,
if they do not have, they do not have, they probably ask you to come back or one way or the other. But even hospitals are at risk of procuring or buying some of these fake drugs because they make their way, their ways to to some of these pharmacists, and some pharmacists that are not even reputable. All these underhouse pharmacies, the small outfits, you go there, you buy, you're not sure of exactly what you're buying. So it means that you're trying to cure malaria and people will have to die as a result of using the fake drug, which is not even meant to be a placebo in the first place. So one thing is, we have to put an end to it, as you said, and some of these people that have been arrested, we need to understand the network, the cartel, behind this evil act. And for me, I do not recommend life imprisonment, because another government will come, they'll say, they've undergone certain number of years, and we believe that they've repented, and then they integrate them back to the society. For me, one thing I believe to be done to those kind of people is to take them out of this earth. Seriously. Because if you look at the number of lives that they must... exactly. So those are the ones that have been impounded. Yeah. How about those ones that have made their ways to the market?
And Ibrahim, before we go, my fear is, for hospitals, for pharmacies, how do you spot a fake drug? That's my fear. Because imagine those hospitals and pharmacies now buying this drug.
No, I think there are measures. There are measures for that.
So that's why we need to look at this. We need to look at these measures, because people have gone to pharmacies to buy reputable pharmacies to buy drugs, and they find out that they're fake. There
are some drugs they will tell you need to scratch a particular place, or you scan a QR code.
How often do we scratch and scan?
So
let's be honest.
It behoves us to also do our own due diligence. Whenever you're buying a drug, you need to check every written print on it, and then you have to be able to identify where you need to scratch or where you need to scan to identify whether it is authentic or not. There are measures against this.
And most importantly, the expiry date as well, because most of us just buy drugs, we pop it and then we drink it without even checking if it has expired or not. But very big well done to NAFDAC. We want to see more stories like this. We want to see more people caught, and we want to make sure that they follow the full weight of the law. Well, we will go on a quick breather now, and when we come back, it will be time for the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast.